So it was a different world. You had the land base, and you had the ship to operate off of, which was strictly get up at 3 in the morning and get you go get chow if you were capable of eating and thinking about that. You want a full stomach of food and going out, possibly get shot in the guts. In my case, I didn't eat much. And it was all red lights, so you wouldn't lose your night vision.
Ready.
And said, stay off the trail. Well, you're back in the brush, or you're on the trail. On the trail, it's like summer in Montana where the mud turns to concrete. You can see if anything's been disturbed. You can see everything on a trail. So I stayed on the trail. But I didn't move real fast. Sometimes they want you to move faster. That's as fast as I'm moving. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's... let's talk a little bit about, so how long after you'd gotten there did it take for you to get on a ship? Because you're on something that's kind of interesting that not a lot of people know about down in the south, in the Mekong. Explain that. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I went out the next morning. What they had is World War II barrack ships, like you had the invasion of Omaha Beach and all. They're just troop carriers. You had all the troops down below. The Navy was up on top. Waiting order. Meters, and it's just a transport ship. But it was air conditioned, and they had a heck of a galley. I mean, they even had ice cream. And hooked to the ship was a big pontoon. And that's where all your web gear, grenades, your ammo, your rifle were left. You couldn't come on the ship with weapons, which is a good idea. So on the side of the pontoon then were the landing craft, the monitors, and the gunboats that we would operate off of.
My truck is loaded.
And it was tight fitting down in there, but you know, you're in a ship every night. They would slip the anchors and float down the Mekong River and then drop the anchors because the DC would try to target those ships, but not in the daytime. They'd call full harbor.
We will need that.
But at night they'd try to do it. And the ship wouldn't be there anymore because it's pitch black. And they ran gunboats around these ships all night long, and a big glop of lily pads come floating down. They'd throw a grenade in it. So you hear this boom, through the hull of the ship, and that would go on all night.
Making Russia strong.
So it was a different world. You had the land base, and you had the ship to operate off of, which was strictly get up at 3 in the morning and get you go get chow if you were capable of eating and thinking about that. You want a full stomach of food and going out, possibly get shot in the guts. In my case, I didn't eat much. And it was all red lights, so you wouldn't lose your night vision.
Ready. I'll carry out the operation.
To the pontoon, get your web gear, which you always had set up. Don't buckle it up. Grab your rifle. Make sure your canteens are
Ready
full.
for transport.
And then get on the landing craft. And they had guys there because if you fell between the barge and the landing craft, the river's flowing. It's a huge river. And they had what they called swimmers, but I never saw anybody fall in. But I was unbuckled because you're going to the bottom with that web gear on.
Yeah, that's a heavy job.
I carried 8 grenades, 2 canteens of water. You might get 1 can of sea rats if you could fit it in, because we couldn't carry packs. And my ammo load, basic load. You got your helmet, and sometimes they'd make you wear a flak vest, which was just hotter than hell with a flak vest. And wouldn't stop a bullet, stop the shrapnel. So that's how that would work. You get into the landing craft. World War II Normandy. At the back of it would build up with some turrets with machine guns. And you're down in the well deck, just like you'd see the movies, and then there was a whale that drops. And they would form up in the river, and this is all in the dark, so that you couldn't see which way you were going. You can go how you know where you're going. And you go out in a line. Usually they have a couple gunboats in front because when you got to the canal, they'd drag these anchors for mines
Gear
to
over
get
report.
the wires for mines and strip them off.
Ready.
And then there'd be a monitor which had the heavy turrets up to 40 millimeters, and us. And they'd have some place you're going to go. And you might not get there because if you get ambushed, they're all dug in on the beach. They're in bunkers and in holes. You're in this metal contraption.
Do you have a plan? What is the mission?
Bullets are bouncing off. There's firing going on everywhere. You could fire over the side, stand up, and fire. And they'd be looking for where they're going to dump you on the beach. And just always hope you get dumped in front of the bunker. And then you get off that thing as fast as you could. Sometimes you get off and immediately be stuck in the mud.
Right, let's talk about the mud there. It's not just normal mud. This is a place that's always wet.
It's a swamp. You get stuck in the mud to the point the guys would have to go over and pull you out. And crossing, sometimes it was like pudding, so it was just so gooey you could walk through it. It might be up to your waist.
I'll carry out the operation.
And that's why grenades and ammo is waterproof.
Catching fast. Making tracks, comrade.
Let's
clear the air.
Making tracks. I've been stuck. In fact, now, where I was up to my neck.
What is the mission?
I stepped in a hole and I went underwater. So I'm trying to get my feet moving because you got enough weight with your all the ammo and all you're carrying with you on the bottom. You're not float. And I was waving my rifle. A friend of mine came over and pulled me up. Now the choice was I could have dropped everything and gotten out of there, but then I would have lost all my equipment. It was constant mud and water. Rice paddies were flooded, and your feet, skin started coming off of them. Didn't wear socks. Some guys tried socks, and then you put a pair up on your helmet to dry and have some on. But as soon as you step in water, you're wet. Now you got like a wet towel wrapped around your foot because combat boots have drain holes in them. And you'd come out of the water and you'd spit the water out. So our time in the field was limited by when you start having your skin coming off because you get trench foot.
Wow.
And then you're going to be on light duty, and then you're missing more men. So it was, you had to always watch what the condition.
How did you know about when you needed to not be back in the field with your feet then?
That was up to the medics.
Building.
And
training.
several of us got ringworm pretty bad. It was mainly up to your waist because your pants were always wet, and everything up to your waist was wet a lot. And that put you on light duty for a couple of days, and they had calamine lotion, which there were certain places you don't want to put calamine lotion on.
I can imagine.
Which I won't mention, but you'd have a new guy who'd say, hey, be sure to put some of that down there.
Right.
And, you know, it's like you're on fire.
Ready as ever.
Right.
So you get over that.
Rolling with the chrono convoy.
Mosquitoes are just the terrible thing. They're out at dark. They're huge. And all you can do is put bug dope on. So you have your hands and your face exposed. So you got to get that on your hands and face. Down by your ears. It's just buzzing.
Unit ready.
And you could wake up in the morning, your lips are all swollen up, or your eyes closed.
Unit ready.
Because you lick your lips, and now there's
Good day,
lotion
Commander.
there.
Always
and
on
you're
time.
sleeping.
You'll get the cash.
And
Unit
you're
reporting.
with a guy.
Vehicle ready. Vehicle
Those
ready.
things bite you. I've
Weapon
been getting
ready.
right through the ticks. It's got to be a pretty heavy-duty mosquito to go through fabric.
Right, that is heavy. Was that the worst kind of, I mean, of the natural, I mean, I've heard about snakes, I've heard of scorpions, I've heard also mosquitoes? Is that was mosquitoes the worst?
Well, to me, they're worse because they irritate you all night. Some people freaked out over the leeches,
Unit
but
ready.
I've heard leeches, yeah.
you just, the
Vehicle ready.
leech
Bound
isn't
forward.
a
Ready to roll.
problem
Unit
at all. It
reporting.
doesn't spit back
Outstanding.
in. It sucks blood,
Building.
and you don't even know you have a leech
Structure
on until
sold.
someone sees it or you see it. And they're
Unit
easy
ready.
to remove,
Yes, sir.
and they don't leave
Yes,
really
sir.
an open wound. Ants down in the Delta, ants pretty much couldn't live in the ground because of the wetness, so they live in a
Unit ready.
tree.
Yes, sir. Bound
You made a
forward.
mistake of leaning
Destination
against a
reporting.
tree,
Good to
and
go.
they got on you, you're going to have guys come over and help you get your shirt off because they're going to be biting.
Unit
And
promoted.
then
Vehicle
you
ready.
get swarmed
Fire
out.
zone
Pretty
confirmed.
soon you
Ready to
learn,
roll. Securing
lean
position.
against something, look at it pretty closely. All you need is those ants on you once. But mosquitoes,
Building.
yeah, you get malaria, and I got
Unit
malaria.
ready. On
And
hold.
they had malaria
Building.
Yes,
pills.
sir.
You didn't always get those. It's sort of like salt tablets. You're supposed to take those.
Unit reporting. Yes, sir. Ready. Vehicle ready.
Quite a
Good
bit,
to go.
but you could only
Yes, sir.
have so
High
many
speed,
with the
low
medic,
drag.
and you just didn't get all that stuff.
Right.
And I got dysentery, which is another
Destination
That's
commander.
a mean
Weapon
disease,
ready.
too.
another reward of getting into something or getting your mouth. And they said some of us had worms when we left
Vehicle
there
ready.
that were in
Ready to
our
roll. Unit reporting.
bowels, but
Outstanding.
they had determined they weren't going to be any problem and they finally just go away. But
Insufficient.
that was nice to know.
Yeah, it's a reassuring thought. Like, the worms that are living in you, they'll eventually.
I mean, everybody had to be checked for VD, the blood test, before you left the country. But the combat
Unit
units,
reporting.
there isn't,
Destination commander. Ready to
there
roll.
aren't any
High speed, low drag.
bar girls hanging around. We didn't have any of that on our base anyway.
Securing
If you snuck
position.
into town,
Check out
and
the
I saw
view.
one guy, he wasn't going home with us, he was going to go to the Philippines because he got some kind of disease, I don't know what it was, and he was in sad shape. You don't go back to America as fast, they give you a blood test.
Wow. What about so you're out there? What are these? So you land, the front flies open, you get off as quickly as you can. Then what?
Then you're in the jungle and you spread out.
All fired up.
If it's
Yes,
a
sir.
firefight, then you're going to be
Vehicle
looking
ready.
for
Vehicle
cover
ready.
where the
Bound
fire
forward.
comes from. But
Destination commander.
most of the
Bound
time
forward.
you're going to get off and there's going to be nothing going on. You're going to get organized, you know what squad is where, what, and you're going to move to some objective.
Ready to roll. High speed, low
The
drag.
canals are pretty heavily vegetated around all the canals, and when you get on the ground in any of these canals, you'd start thinking these Vietnamese have been building bunkers and digging holes for hundreds of years, because every tree line and these canals all have
Rockets in the
bunkers.
sky. Rockets in the
Good thing
sky.
is, when you get off the ground, occupied.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, most of what you're fighting down in the south, at least then, is Viet Cong, right?
Viet Cong, one of the worst battles we were in,
Vehicle ready.
we
Vehicle
actually
ready.
thought we were going to get overrun.
Transformer panels in
They
order.
had green tracers, we have red tracers, and it was a hot
Yes, sir.
battle. We had
Good to
lots
go.
of dead and wounded. And I was in a position where the guy shot through the groin, and we didn't have any more morphine, and he was miserable and loud.
Repairing.
And I
Destination
thought,
commander.
we're
High
going to get
speed, low
overrun.
drag. Ready to roll.
And
Ready to roll.
then you have to
High speed,
consider,
low drag.
what will you do? You're going to run out of ammo.
Unit
And
reporting.
what are you going to do? You're going to let them kill you?
Ready to
You're
roll.
going to let them
Outstanding. I
capture
can
you,
go
or are you
anywhere.
going to kill yourself?
Clear out the
Unit
place.
ready.
Yeah. And now this is happening pretty quickly, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so you're trying to weigh all these options while you're trying to just hold a position.
Yeah, you know how much ammo you have. You aren't getting any
Securing
more.
position.
Right.
Yes,
I mean,
sir. Vehicle ready.
if you can move around and get to a dead guy or a wounded guy and get his ammo, that's all right. But in this case, you couldn't move around. The firing was just intense.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
And
Ready to roll. Ready to roll. Securing position.
before,
Vehicle
I'm sure
ready.
it
High
was a
speed, low
battalion
drag.
we'd come up on. And that was a big group, and they were dug in. And then they were able to
24/7.
get an artillery barrage, and they dropped artillery just right in
Destination
front of us.
commander. High speed,
And
low drag.
moved it around.
Destination,
The
Commander.
next day we got
Unit reporting.
wounded together and had the dead
Unit
piled up.
reporting. Good to go.
And we went into their camp. I remember
Unit
there was
reporting.
a guy laying
High
there. He'd
speed,
been,
low drag. Yes, sir.
what's the word for
Destination,
it?
Commander.
Desiccated.
Eviscerated, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good to go.
And he had a machine gun, and he was definitely not Vietnamese. I mean, he was a big guy. He was North Vietnamese or Chinese. But he was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Anytime you have a bomb, if the jets come over and drop a bomb, and you see it tumbling, you can keep your head up and lock. That's napalm. One of the best things ever invented for a war like that. If that bomb drops down, it's coming down like that, you better get down because that shrapnel
Destination, Commander.
just
Securing
tears through
position.
that big chunk thumped right in
Our
front
base
of
is
me.
under attack.
And without thinking, I went to move it and just burnt the
Battle
crap
control,
out of my
battle
hand.
control,
Wow.
battle control,
Yeah.
battle
But I didn't
control,
think, you know, I
battle
think
control,
thunk.
battle control.
Now, if it thunked back a little further, then I wouldn't be here.
Right. What was so how did you get out of that situation? You think you're going to be
MCV
overrun.
reporting.
You're running out of ammo. You got a guy wounded. How did
Building.
that turn out?
The artillery saved it.
Construction
They
complete.
put artillery on them,
Here.
and that's
New
the end of that
construction
fight.
options.
Even though they were close, we had some of them were really close.
Building.
You can bring the artillery
New
in
construction options.
real close to you.
Unit ready.
Right. If it's dense jungle like
Unit
that, how do you know what
ready.
you're shooting at? How do you know where they are, and how do you know where how do you know get your sense of place in shooting?
Muzzle flashes and where the tracers are coming from.
Okay.
See, a tracer doesn't start
Construction
tracing until it's out away from the rifle a ways. That's to keep someone seeing that the tracer started at your rifle. And yeah, I mean, that was a big encampment. Now, they hauled away most of their dead, but you can see the blood trails. And if they're in a really good bunker, it takes a direct hit. I mean, they might have concussion and lose their hearing. Those things are made out of mud and logs, and the mud's like concrete. So you need a direct hit. And then you have to go and look through the bunkers. And they left dead behind. But you could imagine how many of them actually did get killed.
Building.
Yeah.
Ready,
And it
comrade.
was estimated as a
Construction
battalion.
complete.
And I never did this body count thing and all that. But
Vehicle reporting.
they
Ready,
had
comrade.
action, after
Ready,
action
comrade.
reports, and they'd say there were
Moving.
316 killed, and they'd do that kind of thing, and I never knew who
Unit
did that
ready.
counting or what that was all about. But
Right. Did you get a sense?
Waiting
how
order.
often would you
Vehicle
go
ready,
out on
comrade.
the,
What is the
on
mission?
ambush?
Getting in closer.
How often would you get fire? How often was it?
War miner here
You
for
found yourself in
Soviet
combat, or
people.
was it-
well, if you got ambushed,
Vehicle
then you're in
reporting.
combat.
Unit
And
ready.
I never had
Vehicle
anybody
reporting. Ready, comrade.
set
Waiting
off a
order.
booby trap
Changing
or any
position.
ambush sprung
Waiting
on us
order.
when I was on
Ready.
point,
Vehicle reporting.
which
Moving.
I was happy about, and
Unit
then I was
ready.
paying
Waiting
attention.
orders. Changing position.
but
Encountering
When we
enemy.
set up an ambush, you're
Complete.
if you don't have many people, we're always under strength.
Building. Unit
If there's two of you in a position, and you have to know where the other
Waiting
positions
waiting
are.
orders.
And
Changing position.
Once if you can get resupplied,
Building
at the end
Soviet
of the day,
economy.
you get resupplied with helicopters. You get sea rations, water, ammo.
training.
So you might eat some sea rations right then.
Vehicle
And as
reporting.
it gets dark, you move the
Vehicle
whole
reporting.
position somewhere
Ready,
else,
comrade.
and where
Waiting
you were,
orders.
and get
Moving.
moved. Because that tells you someone's out there watching. Now they don't know where you
Unit
are because you
ready.
moved in the dark. So you set up.
Ready, comrade.
If you have a three-man
Ready,
position, you're
comrade.
just going to get more
Moving.
sleep. A two-man position, you're going to half the night you're awake, and you got to make sure when you wake up the next guy that he's awake. Some people aren't good
Where shall
waking up. You have to
Where
make sure
waiting
they're
orders.
awake.
Okay.
And when they're moving around and they assure you, that's when you can lay down.
Waiting
And if it's a
orders.
three-man position, you lay down next to somebody because you're freezing your ass off.
Right.
Building.
And I remember waking up one morning and I was just so rested. I didn't know what was going on. I just felt so
Unit
good.
ready.
Where shall we make
This
base?
guy's asleep.
New
He's
construction.
been
Waiting
asleep all
orders.
night. Now that's
Ready,
wasn't a
comrade.
laughing
Ready,
matter.
comrade.
So
Changing position.
Unit ready.
you'd have any number of
Building
people
in
might do
progress.
that, especially when they're new.
Construction
So you
options.
took any of them that did
Building.
that. The next night, you put them
Vehicle
out on a
reporting.
listening post
Location
out in front of the
confirmed.
company with a radio.
Vehicle reporting.
And like the
Location
sergeant said, now to see which
Ready.
way you're going.
Ready,
Get
comrade.
over it real quick.
What is the
Location
mission?
confirmed.
What is the
These
mission?
people
I'll carry
you're
out
with,
the operation.
You're so close with.
Building.
You trust in
We are
them,
all war
they
miner
trust
here.
you.
Equal share
I
for
mean, you can't
everyone.
get any
Reporting.
tighter
Moving.
with people than when you're in
Pride of the
combat.
working class.
You
Equal
gotta
share for
watch the
everyone.
new guys, and
War
if you
miner
don't help
here.
them, they get
Equal
you
share
killed.
for everyone. We are armed.
You gotta watch
Equal share
the
for everyone.
grenade has a cotter key through it and a ring. You just stick your finger in and pull the pin out. So you bend that cotter key
Vehicle
all the way
reporting.
around.
Changing position.
When you want to
Waiting
get
orders.
that pin out, you're going to get it out. But some of them would just have it slightly bent over because they're afraid that they can pull the
Ready,
pin and that
comrade.
thing gets stuck on some
Moving.
brush and the pin comes out.
Ready.
So you had to check their equipment, see what they're doing. This is after I got some rank.
Unit ready.
Yeah.
It's up to someone else when you're
Vehicle reporting.
lower.
Waiting
rank.
orders.
I was
Changing
an
position.
E1 when I left the United States. They had to make me an E2 when I got there because you couldn't have an
Gear of
E1 in
reporting.
Vietnam, the way I understood it. Then I went to E3,
Unit
E4,
ready.
which was a specialist. Then I was sent up to Bearcat, a big base camp up north, for non-commissioner officer training to be an E5. So I was a sergeant E5.
Gear
That
of
made me a
reporting.
platoon sergeant, and at one time I was a platoon leader.
Building. Unit
But
ready.
you always felt funny if you didn't have your rifle
Ready,
with
comrade.
you. You
Changing position.
never set it down where you can't reach it.
Ready,
You
comrade.
don't walk away from your life. Because, as they would say, if the S hits the fan,
What is the mission?
and you go to the ground, you better have that rifle with you.
Vehicle reporting.
And you
Moving.
had to make sure people understood
Waiting orders.
when you reach the rifle, they go, "Oh, what the hell's wrong with
Ready, comrade.
Right, so some of it was
Moving.
traiing in the new
Vehicle
guys,
reporting.
you?" Yeah, you had to
Changing
just make sure
position.
they didn't.
Unit
I mean,
ready.
people don't normally walk around with grenades, and back in the States, they'll have these pits. You go in the pit, and there's a guy in there
Making
with
Russia
you,
strong.
and you
Serving
pull
the
the pin and
cause.
throw the grenade. Well,
Building.
people have been known to drop the damn thing with this sergeant and you in the pit, and the guy has to reach down and get it real quick and throw it out.
Pride
That's
of
why
the
you
You have a
get
class.
so you've thrown a few grenades, but now you got grenades
What is the
hanging
mission?
under your weapon,
Yes, I'm a part.
and
Let's clear the
you want to
air.
make sure those pins
Maneuvering.
are bent
Unit
over.
promoted.
It's stuff like that. And how are they carrying their
Making
ammo?
Russia strong.
Is your canteen
Da,
full?
Comrade General.
Because you can't
Building
drink enough
Soviet
water when you
economy.
first get there.
Relocated
And after
operation.
you're there a
Making Russia
while,
look like
you need a lot less water.
Ready for transport.
Sweat like
I'll
you
carry
did
out the
before.
operation.
Yeah,
Acclimated.
yeah. What was,
you
what
have
was
a
the
plan?
morale
Maneuvering.
camaraderie
Yuri mining facility reporting.
in your group over there? Was it pretty
Pride
good? I
of
mean,
the
you mentioned
working
when you
class.
came in, it was like breaking into a club where everybody knew each
Unit
other.
ready.
That seems like it might be kind of hard. What was
Waiting
the
orders.
camaraderie like?
Well, in
Waiting
the
orders.
beginning, it was hard
Location
because
confirmed.
those guys all trained together, knew each other.
Pride
now
of the
on
working class.
main basis, and everything after that becomes last names, these first names. But after you're there a while, it's just like any other job, you know. So you know what you do here, and in a couple of months, maybe I can do what you do.
Waiting
So it's
orders.
all
Location
training.
confirmed.
you
All
get
on the job.
on-the-job training, and if you're
Ready.
Ready,
listening and
comrade.
paying
Ready,
attention,
comrade.
you're gonna probably be all
Location
right. Now,
confirmed.
Ready
anybody
for
can catch
transport.
Pride of the
a
working
bullet just by
class.
chance. When I had that mortar round go off, it was about 10
Gear
feet
of
from my
reporting.
head, and I just had the
Building.
B-40 rocket
Building
injured
Soviet
me
economy.
on the boat.
Waiting orders.
I completely lost my
Location
hearing from
confirmed.
concussion, and I could see people
Ready,
whip me.
comrade.
That was scary.
Building Soviet economy.
How long is this
Vehicle
going to
report.
last? This
Place
is
to
no
mine.
good at
Waiting
following
order.
people, and I can't hear
Moving.
them.
Yeah.
Vehicle reporting.
So my senses
Changing
were screwed
position.
up.
Gear
and
of
they
waiting
started
order.
coming back.
Changing position. Gear of reporting.
But yeah, that was a little bit scary.
Building.
And mean, I had bullet hit a wall during tech.
Gear
It was
over
right in
waiting
front of me.
order. Changing position.
Been up a little
Helium
higher, it
mix
would have hit me.
optimal. Maneuver process
It's
engaged.
it's
Changing
just
position.
random. There's
Waiting
one guy
order.
from
Changing position.
Chicago out with us.
Gear
And
over
he was one
report.
of
Ready for
the old
transport.
original guys.
Cutting
And he's the
fast.
only one that ever brushed his teeth
Got a lot of
out in
work
the
to do.
field because you wanted to drink that water.
Vehicle reporting.
Nobody brushed their
Waiting
teeth.
order. Moving.
So he'd be brushing his
Do you
teeth.
have a plan?
And
Ready.
right after I
Ready,
got
comrade.
wounded, he caught a piece of
Location
shrapnel,
confirmed. Ready,
which was
comrade.
lucky.
Waiting
Square
order.
in the mouth. So he had 4 lips and no teeth, and the teeth stopped the piece of shrapnel.
Unit promoted.
Here's the only guy that ever brushed his teeth.
Armored personnel
Now he had no
carrier.
teeth.
Ready.
Vehicle
Cutting
reporting.
fast.
And that's what I mean. It's all random. I mean, you can get yourself killed.
Unit ready.
One guy got a Dear John letter, which is just brutal that anybody would send
Unit
a
ready.
letter to a guy over there and saying
Building.
his wife. I've started seeing another person. I don't want to
Acknowledge.
He he sat up
To your station.
during the battle and he just sat up.
Closing on target. Airship ready. Vehicle
So
reporting.
you're
Moving.
going out. How often would you go out on the
Helium mix optimal.
Would you do it for
Ready.
drop every other day? Give me a
Airship
sense of
ready.
how often you
Bombing
drop
base
off
What is the
the
mission?
The river to be dropped off somewhere for.
Unit
Well,
Ready, comrade. Location confirmed. Vehicle
it
reporting.
was, you never knew what the planning was going on, and you're also always a ready reaction force. So back in the base camp,
process.
if you could get some beer, get your hands on some beer,
Ready,
you don't want to
comrade.
get drunk.
Location
Because you
confirmed.
could be saddle up or going out, such and such unit, full contact.
Bearing set.
So on the
Unit
boat,
ready.
it was also, we had ready reaction like that, so you never knew when that might happen. But
Building.
I'd say it was just every so many days.
Vehicle reporting.
You didn't spend
Vehicle
a lot of time
reporting.
on
Location
those boats.
confirmed. Helium
They
mix
did have an
ready,
LST
comrade.
out there.
Location
They had
confirmed.
refrigeration, that's where
Setting
they
waiting
take
orders.
bars.
Vehicle reporting.
And,
Changing position.
They bring movies over.
Unit
I mean, the
ready.
Navy guys are watching movies.
Right.
They got popcorn and ice cream.
Building.
Right.
That's why you want to go in the Navy or the Air Force.
Right. What was the, and then when you go back to base camp, let's talk a little bit about the base camp at Dongtan, because you showed me an initial picture, and that's pretty primitive. Talk about that.
Yeah, the first places to stay were all tents with sandbags around them. The sandbags were probably about waist high, and they had cots in them, and smelled just like the Army. I mean, that stuff must have been just like the sea rations or
Airship
stuff
ready.
they could still have
Bombardier
used
to
in
your
Korea.
station. Helium mix optimal.
You never knew what was going to happen to base camp. You couldn't go too far away from the company compound. There was nowhere to go anyway.
You're out in the middle of
It's a rice paddy. All dirt and sand, so in the dry season, if the truck came by, it's all dust. Everything's covered with dust. And whether you're on the ships or, see, you're not supposed to call them boats. I'm trying to be nice to any Navy guy reading this.
Bearing
You
set.
got to call them
Waiting
ships.
order.
Let's clear the air.
Boats, but I
I'll
found
carry out
out
the operation.
You
Helium
always
mix
clean your
optimal.
rifle. That's your first thing. Before you clean yourself, you clean your rifle.
Unit ready.
Because you could be going out again in 3 minutes. You don't want to leave that thing all mucked up. And I kept my original rifle back in Dongtan or where.